Sid.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
Clive.
I am. And with glad tidings for once.
Well, all of our comrades.
We had to stole us from I expect
It's...
one for the...
Welcome home.
It's good to be back.
I feel it, which means I'm coming on your...
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any...
Shouldn't you be...
Thank you.
Aha! Well, the scent of...
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, as did his men, Orcs, Vivian. The Waluders must have ferried them over from... Why work to rescue Kupka, only to invade his home? The mother crystal of an... It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the... One can often be led astray. One must instead see the big... The kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know only that it is part...
King Barnabas.
But there is no need. If one is to cure a sickness, one must... Indeed he is. Well, not. The people of the Hideaway must... The wounds he left that night are still raw. Consider it the price.
I've never known you to be...
What can I say?
I suppose we are.
Clive.
No. To Shem.
And with good reason, children. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking.
All right, brilliant.
Finally.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait.
Hippocrates. I need to know what he is.
Alas. No, not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted.
But I saw him.
Alas, it seems you are the only... To others, he reveals naught.
A bringer of...
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself. But until I do...
Thank you.
Well,
Nothing escapes you. It's true.
good.
Blackthorn,
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that
Drink.
I'll try to live up. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Clive. So, what'll it be? Should last you a good while. No scratches, right? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. And how am I meant to do that, then? You can thank me later. Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. And how am I meant to do that, then? Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. Anything else?
He cracked the crystal too. You're joking. I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
You barely sat down since you came. Just spreading.
So,
No.
but I can think of plenty of friends back, not least of all Sid. Well, she's been going at it hammer and tong down at that workshop of hers.
Very well.
Think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal. And this...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world... Me and my dad design where other vessels rely on, and those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind, and I'll come and see me. Good old clap. First things first. The stack will be made. There's the plating here, the helm over the top that disperses all, and the shielding around the sides.
Probably best to take it.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. I've got the designs and show these to Blackthorn.
I can't make head nod.
Luckily, you don't need...
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I went up to give some greens to
Blackthorn.
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on, then.
She said you would know.
what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it, and I'll need it. Get Gav and Otto in.
All right.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, hasn't she? Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's...
And,
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual saw grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy, which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my... Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only... As for the rest of the stuff, my usual...
Well, one of us should probably give you an hand.
and the other can go and get...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where. You got which one of...
Otto?
All right. Where do we find this?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the veldt.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of this. I'll head down there.
All right.
You two take care, eh?
Just don't let...
He wouldn't do that. The finest
Take a
fabric.
sniff, good sir. You'll be trans...
Gone, just like that.
What's the matter?
I'd go and look for him myself. But loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers.
I'll see what I can do.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang.
All right.
Light, meat, and dark.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
You deserve a rest. Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to...
It's certainly not a baker. Time was the sight of the fang.
I take it you missed them.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at bait. She was the only thing, but now she's gone. What am I supposed to do? I ask her.
Perhaps you could express yourself in your...
Recapture it? You know, I have to get back to the bakery.
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
The finest fabric.
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be trans...
Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high.
Master, it's ready.
Aye.
Just look at her steeple peaks, her fulsome spurs. True, my loaf, and look, inside. Master,
Well, if... not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight with... I don't know how you did it.
juiciest meat from greens-fed birds. One bite and... Begging for more.
Good salt. Leave some.
It would make
My
us
carpets have pride of place in...
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Otto? Good girl. Faster! Otto.
Oh, I had a quick scout about. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with this Stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boot.
But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon.
Well spotted.
Run like the wind. Straight home now. So this is Stardust. You're just a black sand to me. Should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
How much did you get?
Enough.
More than me. Put it all together. Clock. Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you. The way you've carried on. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy. You enjoyed it for 5 years on. You ought to thanks for proving.
You weren't wrong, but I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks... And if you hadn't, I couldn't have done any of the...
No, give over. All I did was choose hope over this. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts, just like the hills. About time I was heading. All this scrabbling about in the sand's taking its toll on the old pit.
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his...
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
We are to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clive. Your
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures, rustlings in the It may be no more than a... Given what I hope you'll forgive me...
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing.
All right.
Hello, Sid.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Word is the Black Shields took a hiding in the hands of some...
Excuse me.
Nah, not me, Gov. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't... Don't worry. Any shady character...
All right. Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods.
No, but I've heard something.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's was out foraging for... Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry.
I see. Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black Shields. Here.
What the hell are you doing here? What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin.
Good day to you.
It's all but spent.
The crystals we get from the tailor all but worthless.
Clive.
I found some black shields.
Black shields, though they serve another master now. And it would appear the pack has finally... Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. And bite...
I'm sorry. Who did the black shield serve now?
Because I want him.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque.
I don't understand. Why him?
I was a member of the judiciary once. And fight it I did. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to...
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for... I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide His response, however, was rather... And he faced no punishment. I lost everything. The faith I had once held that any modicum of justice... So I set about I tracked down every soul who served. But the man himself proved an altogether... With money and power, and so I saw that I would need an arm. I came here to Lost Wing.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you...
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the... Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare our wounds are the same. We know where he hides. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans...
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may... My friends and comrades...
I'm not going to change his mind.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. I trust it's all here. Ah, yes.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be in...
Nice to get out and about for. Let's do it again, son.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plate. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better be getting...
Give us a shout.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
It hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. Why would anyone want to do that?
If I don't
come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that
Excellent. What?
So,
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be...
salvage from the ruins.
Ah, but we don't...
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the detail.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes.
I'll show you the plan. Here you see the mithril engine. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far in other words, this is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thin. And not only that, they're also water. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly.
You can stop there. Mid said we might be able to use Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's...
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and head there right away.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
If you're ready, we leave at once.
right, the,
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted Nice try. The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're Sid.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well,
All right.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena.
Excellent.
And just one...
Right.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough, which is why you need a prism for the dragon's breath. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more, the helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship... I need something light.
Well, if I were in need of obscure, I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes? Yeah, I've got all the details written down. Can you take this to him?
Right away.
daughter's started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
It hasn't been.
Thanks to Sid, the man.
Hippocrates.
For you, Clive?
Well, actually, it's... Could you take a look at that?
Shielded.
She has some specific requirements, and yet remain cool enough, as you can imagine. I wondered if you might know of a solution.
Perhaps. It is not a different...
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. It's black, and yet we have made a home here from...
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And... I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castles.
So if we could...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection mid-require. I shall speak to them and see if you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients. The knowledge of the path.
Thank you. And since you're a...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help.
The other can assist me in research.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. So, who will... Take your time.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
So, who will...
Very well. So then.
I have taken the
White chocobo eggs. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very... edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent... So much so, in fact, now, of course, they can be obtained with ease.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway.
I will.
You two enjoy yourself.
You too, Ty. Now, where's Jill?
There's talk at the glass.
Keep them pilchers nice and chilled.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the humphrey?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst. Why don't we split up and see?
All right.
How about you look for the Pepio nuts? I'll find the other things we need.
You'll not find a bruised pippin in the...
Fresh cuts! Come and get them before...
You haven't much, but you're free to look. Good day.
Buy, sell, or be gone.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
All anyone ever wants anymore is more great. How am I supposed to make a living?
Did you find everything?
I did.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back... Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pie. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh. Sorry. It's just... you're right. Clive, is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done, when we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I suppose I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Oh, I'm never drinking.
Welcome back. I hope you two had fun while I was busy helping Harpocrates.
Ah, Clive. Harpocrates has all the ingredients. We were just waiting for you.
How's work on the shielding?
Well, very well indeed. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing now that we have all the...
You can count on me. I've...
What about the shielding?
Work is underway. Under the...
Apparently.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary?
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an... A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once, when both the shielding and the moon dew are ready. Followed, perhaps, someone ought to warn young Mid of...
Leave it to me. Thank you, Harpocrates. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Mid hasn't been
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Sorry to keep you. Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant. He's supervising the
Brilliant!
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, let's start working out how to bolt all these bits together to the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take...
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find.
It's finished. It's finally...
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off out, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black... That's what she was meant to be. You see, one laugh, and now she's so close to being finished. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours. Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you?
Right, there's just one thing I need to finish up for.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're...
Aye.
Mid told me she was building a ship.